Well, what's up, guys? How we doing today? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. Today is another ticked off Tuesday. Another thing that ticks me off, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. Stay tuned. This is going to be a fun one. All right, so ticked off Tuesday. What ticks me off today? I was flowing through some articles and I saw one, but I didn't really have a whole lot of time to sit down and read it. So I tried saving it, and I couldn't find it when I went back to go read the article. But the headline said a teacher, don't remember where but it said a teacher says Trump and all his followers or all his supporters should die, or something like that. And that got me thinking, this is, and we've all heard stories like this. We've all, and most of us are just like, yeah, whatever. But it just, you hear it all the time, and it's starting to, it's not really starting to irk me, but I just want to get on and discuss it. And this is supposed to be from the tolerant left. The left are supposed to be the tolerant ones. They're the ones that are supposed to be like, oh, everybody's welcome, and they're the ones that have been trying to call for unity, with it, like, but then you get comments like that, and it's like, how can we have unity when they are talking like that? And and we on the right, we've never ever said that Biden and all his supporters should die. We've never said that. We don't want that. We don't need that. We don't talk like that. We've never called for a sitting president, a former president, a potential president to be assassinated, to be killed, and we've never celebrated when an attempted assassin was happening. Like the left, they were all celebrating, thinking, "Oh man, too bad he missed, and why couldn't he have finished the job?" And it's like, really? That's like a very awful, hateful thing to say, even if you don't like the guy. Even if you don't like the guy, do you really wish him dead? Why does he need to be dead? Seriously. Whatever you believe, if you believe he's guilty of all those felonies, whatever. I don't, but whatever. Then prison. But to be dead, and y'all are just like, oh, kill him all. First of all, if you kill all the guys on the right, all the Trump supporters, how are you going to get your tax money to support your woke causes? Because this doesn't go across the board, but we conservatives on the right, most of us hold the jobs and we pay the taxes. You take us all out, where are you going to get your tax money from? Where are you going to live from? Where are you going to get all this government support money from? It comes from taxpayers. Most of us on the right work hard, we pay taxes, and get rid of that. So, and diversity is a good thing. You want differences. Difference of opinions is a good thing. Because if everybody believed the same thing, the world would be a boring place. So if you got rid of all your opposition, just kill them all, kill all the opposition, then what? Then what do you have? Peace on earth? And no, you wouldn't. It would get so woke and so corrupt and so evil, so wicked, that people would start turning on each other again, and it would start, But regardless, it also reminds me, like what I was saying. These are supposed to be the tolerant left. The left are supposed to be the ones that are all, oh, don't show love, be kind, be happy, and the right is the evil, racist ones that are causing all this hate. But I was also reading, it was like a Facebook meme. It was some stupid little meme, but it was just one of those little memes that was posted just to get clicks. But it was a sign in a window of like a business, and it said, the sign said open, and then it had a little rainbow flag, and inside that rainbow flag it said, everyone is welcome here. And then on the top headline that says, "What would you do if you came to a store and saw this?" I'd walk away. I'd walk away. And some were like, "Oh, I'd go right on inside because I know I'm safe and I know I would be." But what I said was, and I didn't get any comments back, but I figure I know what my comments would be. But I said, well, first of all, I'd put on my red MAGA hat. I'd put on my All Lives Matter shirt, and I'd change my concealed firearm into an open firearm position, into an open carry, and then I'd pull up in a Tesla and I'd walk in and then see if everybody's welcome there. I bet I wouldn't be. I bet I wouldn't be welcome there if we're not included in everyone. That's the thing is we're not included in everyone. And don't get me wrong, if you want to be blue-haired, liberal, trans, whatever, gay, lesbian, whatever, you do you. I don't care. But the point is why should you care what I think? That's the thing, is why should you care what I think? You're going to be you regardless. Why should you care? The only reason you care is because you want attention. You want somebody to look at me. You're a look at me kind of person. You just want to be noticed. You want to be noticed, and you want everybody to accept whatever it is you think you are. If you're a girl and want to be a boy, cool, go be a boy. If you're a boy and want to be a girl, cool, go be a girl. Don't care. But the problem is, like I said, why should you care what I think? Why should you care what my opinion is? I don't care what you think about me. Why should you care what I think about you? If I don't like you, I don't like you. You move on, you walk away. Okay, cool. That guy don't like me. Well, I guess all right. Move on, whatever. It's not the end of the world just because one person doesn't like you, or a group of people, or however many people. I don't care. I have very, very few people. Because why? Because I'd rather have a few good friends than a whole bunch of bad ones. I'd rather have a few good people on my side than a whole bunch of bad ones. Yeah, people are good to have, a lot of people, many hands make light work is what they say, but many hands for what? What if they're bad? What if those many hands are not on the same page as you? That's the thing. Why it's just why should you cater to me? Why should I cater to you? Why should we care? That's all. I don't know where else I'm going with this. I just saw that article. I wanted to read it, but I couldn't read it. I saved it. I saved the webpage that it was on because it was like a whole bunch of different articles. I think it was like Daily Caller or something like that. But I wanted to read the article to see what this lady was actually talking about. But just the headline pretty much said enough. It was, like I said, it was Trump and all his supporters should die. And this is coming from the tolerant side. The non-racist side, the non-hate side, the side that doesn't. Like I said, we've never called for people to be killed. We've never acted on trying to kill a president. And I'm not saying any of you lefties did. I don't know who did it. We have conspiracies, but y'all were celebrating it. Y'all were celebrating the attempt, and why couldn't he have just been an inch over? Why did he have to miss? That's not something you want to wish upon your worst enemy. I don't even care. Your worst enemy. I don't wish my worst enemy to be dead. Just get away from me. Just go away. That's good enough for me. Just go away. Leave me alone. That's plenty fine. And if he's the president, just deal with it for 4 years and he'll be gone, and then you can move on to the next one. We suffered for 4 years with Biden, so why can't you suffer for 4 years with Trump? It is what it is, but why is it okay for one but not the other? That's all. I'm not trying to, and this happens a lot. It's like it's okay for like the Dems the left to say and do something, but as soon as the right even tries it, they're evil. It's like the Dems for years have been talking about reciprocal tariffs. We need to have tariffs. We need to charge these countries more because we've been getting robbed from all these bad trade deals. We need to deport close our borders, tighten up our borders. They've all been saying that, all of them. Joe Biden was saying it. Obama was saying it. Biden was saying it. Pelosi was saying it. They've all been saying it. And then as soon as Trump comes along and says it almost exactly, word for word, he's all of a sudden the devil himself. When there's videos, I'm obviously driving, so I can't pull those up, but it's all over. You hear the left, you hear Clinton saying it, both Clintons saying it. You hear Obama saying it, you hear them talking about Nancy Pelosi, you hear them talking about we need to have reciprocal tariffs, we need to tariff them back. We've been getting the bad end of the deal for so long, and we need to have tighter borders. We need to, these guys are coming across our border in droves. This is coming from the left. And then as soon as Trump comes in and repeats that almost word for word and actually does something about it, oh my God, he's the devil himself. And it's like, hypocrite much? But anyway, trying to make this one short. I'm just on a little test drive in a car. I know, don't forgive the shaky camera, but anyway, that's TikTok. That's what ticks me off is one side can do something, the other side can't, and the other side's calling for death to all Trump supporters. Doesn't that kind of remind you of death to all the Jews back in the Hitler days? And they're calling us one of the N-words. They're calling us the people, that kind of people. But yet, they're the ones that are actually talking about it and kind of basically would like to act upon it. It's not us. We're not the ones doing it. They are. How can you differentiate Trump and all his supporters should die, but that's okay, but when Hitler back in the day was all Jews must die, that was all of a sudden evil. It's hypocrite much basically. And we're, like I said, we're supposed to be the Nazi racists and whatnot, but it is what it is. But anyway, that's what ticks me off. I apologize for my rant, but I just thought about ranting something. Like I said, that article was just like, that one just, I better talk about that one. That one's something, because we better, and it's not, like I said, it's not anything that we haven't heard before. We hear it all the time, but I just thought I'd give my 2 cents on that, because anyway, that's the show. Do the YouTube stuff. I'll put links below for how to support, my other channels, this channel, if you feel like it. Do the YouTube stuff. Stay strapped. Always carry some kind of a protection tool, something that can keep you protected from the bad guys. The world is getting crazy, and it's getting worse. It's not getting any better. So keep yourself protected. Have situational awareness, the best words, and always stay alert. And anyway, that's it for today. See you in the next one.